Before I start this video, I'd like to point out that I'm not a reviewer. Everything in here is just going to be opinions by a gamer and somebody who knows what they like. Now, before I get into the actual video itself, I have two clips I'd like to share with everybody from my experiences today in Battlefront and let them know where I'm getting my opinion from. I know what you're thinking, or at least what you should be thinking. And what you should be thinking is that's bullshit. Those spawn systems are fucking broken like they were in the beta. They are. If you disagree, it's because you're wrong. Or because you're on the, like in clip one, you're on the giving side instead of the receiving side. Because I killed that guy, and I knew it was wrong because that guy had no chance. The game spawned up his back to me. That's not what a working game does. That's not what a polished game does. That's not a good game does. Clip 2 kind of shows what it's like to receive. You die, you spawn, you walk for 3 seconds forward. That was what, 10 steps before a TIE Interceptor sent my ass back to the respawn menu. That's not what a good game does. I'm going to put some footage over here of me actually playing the game when I was actually still kind of enjoying it. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about this game. If you already own it or if you're on the fence about it, maybe I could swing that vote. Maybe I can make you see the actual picture. Alright guys, I got something hard to say to a lot of people. They may not like to hear it, but unfortunately it's the truth. And even I didn't want to believe it because honest to God, I'm going to tell you right from the heart, I was hyped about this game. Just like I was hyped about the movie, and now everything started being kind of painted for me. This game is shit. This game is beyond garbage. I love the beta. The beta I thought was amazing. I brought my friends into that beta, told them about it, said, hey, download it, check this game out, it's worth a look. That beta was amazing. I had fun. It was one of the things that had replay value, and that made me love this game a little bit more. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go and get this game at midnight. I was thinking about downloading it, but my friends talked me into getting the hard copy. More or less because they said, you know, you should really go and get the hard copy. And you don't get to play the game 30 minutes in advance. Not that it mattered, as we saw my video before. It was 3 a.m. before I went to bed. I couldn't even get onto the multiplayer. That was like a foreshadowing of what was going to happen. But in the end, this game is terrible. I don't know if I'm mentally comparing it to Battlefront 2, which I thought was amazing. If you're new to my channel, I'm a big Battlefield player, so it's not that, because I even got Hardline. Hardline is garbage. Everybody knows that. Anybody who's a Battlefield player knows Hardline sucks. However, the difference between Battlefront right now and Hardline is one of those games that's still in my house, still owned by me. That's right. This game's already gone. This is the last video I'm making on it. That really hurts. I went to the midnight release. I saw all these other Star Wars people there. We're all excited. You can feel it in the air. I haven't felt it like that when I went to a midnight release since probably, I don't know, what's the last Call of Duty people actually went to? Modern Warfare 3? And you felt it in the air. You felt the atmosphere. This, you felt it. But then you play it, and this was probably the most forgettable first-person shooter I played in a long time. Where do I start? Let's see. The spawn systems, the video was before I had, they speak for themselves. The spawn systems suck. There's no balance in the game. I mean, maybe that's the point of it. I don't know. The problem is in this game is that all the guns are relatively the same. What's the difference between when you play Call of Duty and Battlefield and this, when you have a group of players stacked on top of each other and you're not using an explosive to kill them? In those games, you could spray them and you could kill maybe one to four of them. We'll say there's a group of 6 for this argument. 1 to 4 of them, maybe you could take the whole group down. In this one, you're lucky to kill more than one because the laser doesn't penetrate. You shoot him in the head, it doesn't do enough damage. The weapon I'm using is essentially a light machine gun. It doesn't do enough damage to kill them and shoot through all of them. It doesn't. If it was Battlefield, I would have everybody there dead to rights. This game doesn't do that. This game's controls feel sluggish. The aerial combat with the X-Wings and whatnot are garbage. The fact that you could shoot other players down before they can even take control of their X-Wing TIE fighter, speeder, whatever it is. You could shoot, lock on, and lay their ass out before they even have a chance to move. How the fuck is that balanced? How's that even good? That has no replay value. They didn't want a good game. They didn't want a balanced game. They wanted a finished game because they know they had a deadline. They had a deadline before this movie comes out. They said, we got to get this game out ASAP. And that's exactly what they did. They have this title out. And people are going to realize, once a new car smell finally leaves, people are going to see the truth that this game is shit. If you're a casual gamer, you might be able to enjoy it. I don't know. You can ask the guys on the other team in this particular match if they were enjoying it. I don't think they had any fun. And I can tell you, I was giving it to them, but I sure shit wasn't exactly laughing, chuckling, having a goddamn good time. Because I knew this game sucked. This is the high point I had of this game. Everything from here was downhill for me. I had less than 4 hours gameplay. That's basically in matches. Otherwise, I'd probably say I played it for 6 hours. The worst part is when I finally ejected the disc and said, I'm taking this to GameStop. The worst part was I said, oh man, that's about 6 hours I could have had in Fallout. When I put Fallout 4 in, I never played any of the other Fallouts before. I never touched any of them. The nuke didn't even go off in the game yet. I didn't leave the starting town, and I loved that game. This game, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that for even a goddamn second. And I saw other reviewers, they feel the same way. Yeah, you know, it's opinion-based. Some people are going to love it, some people aren't going to love it. I'm telling you, if you have any sense, you would avoid this title. If you want it, I would honestly say wait for Black Friday. Wait for some form of a sale, because this game's not worth it. Not $60, not with the $50 season pass. For what little maps are going to put in, what little heroes that you have to stumble into the little icon to play as. And what little guns, what little difference they make. Because I hate to break it to you, but pretty much every laser's the same. It's not worth it. It isn't. I would so sooner say, go get Hardline. I would so sooner go get Hardline than I would say get this game. And that kind of makes me vomit in the back of my mouth. Because I would never recommend that title in the right mind. This game is not good. Straight up. There's no voice communication in the multiplayer. You heard it. It's supposed to be a Battlefield game. What if you have a squad and you have like 3 people flanking behind them? How are you going to warn them? Are you going to send everybody over their party invites? Have them join and say, hey guys, there's people behind you. No. That's the reason why these guys right here getting lit up are not doing anything about me. They don't know where I am despite the giant red lasers coming out of there. Voice communication could have saved them, but it didn't. This game is a disaster. I don't know whether they got rid of the party just for the fact that they don't want people screaming like it's Call of Duty Battlefield cursing at kids. I don't know if it's aimed at kids or I don't know what it is. But this game's not good. I can't recommend it. I would never recommend it. I told all my friends who were planning on getting this game, because we were all going to play this game together. We're all going to do our usual Battlefield squad together. I said, don't. Do not touch this game. I called GameStop. I said, listen, what's your return policy on this? They told me straight up. They said, well, we don't know if we could do really a return for that game. It just came out as a defective. I told them. I said, well, depends on your definition of defective. Because the spawn systems suck. The Xbox servers are garbage. They rubber band like crazy. And this game is just generally awful. So they told me, we'll bring the game in and we'll talk. So I brought it in. I bought the deluxe edition, $70 edition. And I'll have you know, I just lost $10 out of that. And I think that's actually better than what I would have got from trade-in. Guy GameStop helped me out. He said, well, we can't put it towards the next game you're getting, which is Siege. And that's another game I'm kind of worried about because it has that Ubisoft tag on it. And Ubisoft is garbage. But he helped me out. He said we'll call the game defective in our system. We'll send it back to manufacturer. You'll be down to $10 for the code. But you get a $6 game of your choice. And that's how they do the exchange. So I kind of looked around. I had a choice between what really was Madden, which I hear is shit. And I don't really play Maddens long enough to enjoy them. WWE 2K16. I haven't played a wrestling game since No Mercy, so there was no way that was happening. And then there was Call of Duty. So what would have the best replay value? What had the best exchange value down the road for GameStop or something like that? And kind of still fits the same bill as this. So I went with the obvious choice. I went with Call of Duty. I don't like Call of Duty anymore. I'm going to say that. But, you have to make that choice. Do you want to play this piece of shit that you absolutely hate? Cannot enjoy it. You can't find any smiles in it. The most fun I had in this game outside this footage, when I was running around doing the shock emote, where your character shakes around and goes, like an annoying tool. And I was just going behind my team and just doing that. I had more fun just being a dick and not doing the objective, not playing the game seriously, or having any sense of being an FPS than I did actually playing the game. So I took Call of Duty. I'd rather play Call of Duty. I have Destiny. I have Fallout. I got Siege coming. Hopefully that won't suck. And I have The Division coming up. Hopefully that won't suck. This game was the biggest letdown for me for video games this year. Hands fucking down. I don't remember outside of Duke Nukem Forever the last time I had to go to GameStop the day of the release and say, take this piece of shit off my hands. Because I was going to burn Duke Nukem Forever, legitimately set that fucker on fire. This game was maybe a few leaps ahead of me burning it, but I sure shit was not going to play it again. If you want a good game, you got to look elsewhere. If you're a casual gamer and a big Star Wars fan, maybe you could play this. It has no single player, I'm going to warn you. It has survival mode, which is essentially Nazi zombies without the fun. The AI's clunky, it'll just rush you. You will not enjoy it. They're better games. You got to go find them. This game sucks. I can't recommend it. And that's really it. Oh, I almost forgot. And as I would totally expect, because it's not the first time I talk critical about a game, before people have the balls to say, well, maybe you just suck at the game. Maybe that's why you didn't enjoy it. Here's my stats right before I quit. So, yeah, I didn't suck at the game. The game sucks. We'll leave it at that.